live! That was a lot harder than it needed to be. I need to quick remove the secondary stream from existence, because I accidentally created two.
Oh. Stream?
Yeah, we should be live now.
Awesome. Yep.
Let me just go into my YouTube and remove the one that isn't working, because it just hates me, apparently. Let's see here. Grab this. And it would be here. So that's the live one. This one needs to be deleted. There we go. Now only the active one should still be in there. Yippee! I love when technology hates me. There we go. Alright. Right, we have flowers back at the main house, I believe. Yeah, let's use the orchids. Alright, bee time.
I will sometimes send the link out to other servers
Mm-hmm.
to watch stream, maybe. And I forgot that I had, like, copied the link for this stream. Then, like, also copied one for a YouTube short. And so I confidently said Minecraft and then posted a thing about making frogs. It's like, wait, that's not Minecraft.
Okay. Pretty sure my beehives were placed improperly, because the bees were getting stuck. So I'm just gonna fix that real quick. Yep, because all the holes were pressed into each other instead of, in such a way where they can... Oh, yep. Some of the bees are mad. Oh, God, they're all mad at me. Because I broke the bee boxes, they're all mad at me, which means that some of them are dying.
You're gonna die. One of them's gotta sting you, and then it'll be okay.
Man, I just lost several of my bees because they stung me and died.
You can breed them up again.
That's the thing, is I don't know where all of them went.
They'll return to the hives if you place them down somewhere.
I did.
They'll return at the end of the day. I have had beehive-related incidents in the past with Minecraft, and yeah, I just had to trust that there would be bees in there.
I am looking around. There is no sign of bees. Oh no. Despite me having put smoke underneath them.
You might have put it too far or too close.
It's literally 1 block away. Like, there's a space and then the campfires, which usually works.
Maybe that's not how it works in Create Mod.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll build them a greenhouse when I get the chance.
Oh, did I
Actually-
ever share my apiary build? I
Ooh.
think I did. I built an apiary to house all my bees in my server with friends on Bedrock.
Kanton! Hello, Kanton!
Hi, Kanton.
Alright, I think I'll use... Ooh, these need weathered iron. Ooh, actually, I can make those pretty cheap.
I've seen stuff about bees not reacting when the fire is too close or too far, and I'm like, I don't know how big that distance needs to be, though.
So
I just know that
bookmark
mine
this.
would work. Yeah, I built one years ago.
Have to be on my phone because of internet issues with my tablet. Pat Kanton.
Ah, yeah. I had like 2 rows of bees, like back to back. I just kept stacking them on top. And she had like a walkway next to it. And stairs. Like it was in the air. And then I had the fire pits like 4 blocks below or something. And a machine to put them out. Like, I did my research into piston doors for this, and specifically bedrock redstone. And I was so proud of myself. And then I lost like half my bees to a fire because I had the flint and steel in my hand when I went to relight the fire, because I put it out, and I lit a beehive on fire instead, and then like I tried to like chop it so that it would like save the beehive or the bee nest or whatever, and I'm like, no, my bees.
Pat.
I'll stick a bunch of them, but like,
Kanton says, my mother keeps telling me to reset my tablet. It doesn't work. Pat.
like factory reset or restart, like reboot. That's a big difference. But yeah, I'm
Restart.
pretty sure that. Yeah. Pretty sure that the bees should breed enough to fill the hive. There should be 3 bees per hive or 4.
I think I had
One
up
of the
to
2.
5.
No, that's the level of full they are. It's either 3 or 4 bees. I don't remember which.
Alright, got some fancy weathered iron windows. I'm gonna start building myself a little greenhouse with literally green windows. Start containing the bees. Finally got Viscera clean. Ayo! Okay, let's see. So I want them to have maximal flowers. So I'm gonna give them just 5 hives. Hey, the B1 Battle Droid's here. Hello. Hello there.
I'd be one battle droid.
Okay, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Juby or Jubody or Nerdoby? Honestly, both work.
Juby Wan Nerdy.
Juby Wan Nerdy! That's it! Ferret wins the prize for most quotable in general. We knew this, but... Also, now YouTube started adding a little score, like, rank board for, I guess, who's, like, a top
Talking in
chatter.
chat.
Yeah.
Yep.
My first time seeing that. That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, it's been out like a couple weeks now, I want to say.
I actually haven't seen it before. It's literally just started showing up on my streams. Well, I guess I'll be top for a while. Yeah! Try and keep your spot. Okay, I need more dirt. I need so much dirt. Perfect. I'm a yapper to anyone that isn't my butt. Mood! 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yeah, that's about right. Playing Power Wash Simulator? Nice. Honestly, it would be fun to get that and do it as a stream.
Oh, my sister recommended Peak.
Hmm?
Oh, I have that game. It's really fun.
Yeah, no, you do. I saw you're the one friend I have on Steam that's played it. Though that is not a surprise. I don't have many Steam friends.
Yeah. If you get it, I'd love to play co-op. Yippee! Oh yeah, I recently bought a secondhand copy of Brilliant Diamond. The game shop employee was like, "Oh, did you get the Switch 2? I know it'll probably run faster on that." And I'm like, I love Nintendo's older products, but I'm not paying $200-something for a console I won't technically, legally own the rights to do what I want with.
200?
Or, like, Canadian dollars. It's a lot more expensive because of taxes, I think.
Okay. It's like at least 400 here.
Hold on, let me check the price. I'm, like, saying 200, like, off the top of my head, because I know nothing about the prices, but this guy's like, "Yeah, did you get one?" And I'm like, "No!"
200? Did you say 200 for the Switch 2?
I don't know the
Yeah.
price.
They're not
Jesus
sure on
fuck!
price yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a reason
no.
why RT Games made a video called Scarlet and Violet has a $500 DLC.
It's nearly $700 in Canada!
Yep.
And this man was, like,
it's around
asking
4 at
me who,
least.
like... I mean, I guess I can understand why he was, like, wondering if I would get it, because I tend to, like, show up there and buy, like, a figure every week. Because I like collecting. I like getting my grubby little hands on silly little figures of silly little characters. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying $700 for a big corporation to tell me what I can't do with my investment. And it's also running perfectly fine on my regular Switch, so...
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people see differences with, like, shiny hunting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. But also, there's, like, 4 games on it now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll get it when they make the Switch non-viable when I have to upgrade.
I don't even think I'll get it then, because if I, like, because I have a habit of, like, accidentally dropping or trying to fix my devices myself. And that might be seen as modding by their, like, software. And I don't want my thing to get bricked because I decided to repair my stuff myself.
Yeah, my dad and I had to swap out the joysticks on our Joy-Cons.
Mm-hmm.
And just by removing the screws and opening up the Joy-Con, it violates the warranty.
Yeah, and they're
So,
probably gonna add even more shit because it's the fancy new Switch 2.
Yeah.
And the game companies, why they're fancy. Exactly! Because Nintendo used to be owned by people who genuinely cared about how happy their customers were with what they let out. And
then
now
the old guy retired.
The old guy retired, and a bunch of business people got in charge who only care about stockholders.
Damn, that pufferfish flew far. Oh, my inventory is full from fishing.
Damn. Alright, I'm
Right.
starting to build this beautiful greenhouse. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, that's a good
No,
10,
I
15 blocks away from the tree.
had to break one... I need a silk touch pickaxe. I keep having to break these stupidly expensive glass blocks.
Well, you know where an enchanter is.
True. We hate Nintendo. Exactly! I sense a disturbance in the gaming community. Yep. Once a company goes from like, hey, we kind of care about how people feel about our products to, it's all the money. That's when you go, hey, suck it. I don't have hand tracking, but I made a very rude gesture because I think it's funny to do that at game companies.
Is my horse still connected to his fucking lead?
I'm gonna have to move the beehives again. I'll at least go for the ones that are completely empty, to my knowledge. Ooh, campfire. Okay, there's no bees
what
coming
the fuck?
too.
My horse is stuck. Sorry, Harley. I had to push him off the cliff. It was like 4 blocks.
I can hear many gamers are screaming in anger or frustration with the... Yeah! Like, I used to buy, like, my games secondhand and I played DS games, which, honestly, now having to... Like, you have to pay even more now for them because they're vintage, and people are like, oh, hey, it's vintage, now you gotta pay more for it. But honestly, like, a lot of games of that era were really good quality for the, like, age and technology they had. And now it's like, yeah, we're just gonna pump out a lot of games that are practically just remakes of each other, and you're gonna pay us even more for them.
Because we're Nintendo. And you like our games.
Because of nostalgia, and we're gonna prey on that nostalgia.
At Disney.
And Disney, yeah. I guess Nintendo executed Order 66.
Okay, funnily enough, I was playing... Okay, I got Pokemon Cafe this morning. And by this morning, chat, I didn't go to bed till like 6.
God, what a mood.
So I was playing Pokemon Cafe. And they have you go through like a list of... Sorry, my dog is...
Pubber make pubber
moved
sounds.
his foot around, oh, there we go. He is free of the yarn entanglement. Yeah.
Man, I thought that was a cat thing.
No, it's called I crochet at my desk and he sits under my desk.
Oh, no. Oh, where do we need to go to do that, Will? Okay, I will head to your bunker.
Yeah.
The Lottle bunker.
Fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, cafe. So have you do this thing where, like, you can get Mew to join your cafe
Yep.
or something? Um, and you have to go through 80 levels. But they're not called levels, they're called orders. So when it came time for order 66, I took a screenshot.
Well, how do I send it? Up or down?
There should be a button.
Water maintenance floor or surface? One? Okay. Coming up to get ya. Hello. Of course. Happy to help.
Apparently what happened to your lead?
Who ordered order 66? I actually played a Pokemon Cafe for a while. Not recently, but like when I got my Switch and I was looking at free games. And honestly, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's almost like the Tsum Tsum game,
Yeah.
but like with an actual like story-ish behind it. I loved the Tsum Tsum game. I just deleted it and then like reinstalled it one time and lost everything, and I didn't want to go through that again. But also like it's interesting how it incorporates the little bonuses, because with the Tsum Tsum game it was like you power it up and then like this automatically happens, whereas in this one it's you choose where this thing goes to make it happen.
Okay, I need a door. I need some interesting doors. Let's go for a... waxed. Okay, it's a copper door, and then I need to let it age. A Pokemon or person with a dark hoodie or 66.
Mewtwo. That would be it. No, I don't remember who I picked for that, because you can pick who you take orders for. And then, like, the other one will either be, like, waiting or, like, we'll just leave. And so, yeah.
I feel like Ferret is the type of person to dramatically say order 66.
Not really. Never been the biggest Star Wars fan, so like that number hasn't really
Given importance.
Yeah, it hasn't had importance to me.
There we go. Now I just need to fill this up with flowers and see if I can get my bees to come back.
I live up here now.
Just start cleaning up for dirt cheaps because of the sale. I got DLCs for a glass pane puzzle game. I have the last 2 games of the Room series. Ooh. I completely forgot what I... Oh, right. Flowers. I was like, I completely forgot what I left my base for. Oh.
Can we not craft leaves?
We can. You might just be putting them in the wrong way. Just look up the recipe and it should fix.
I'm trying to look up the recipe for it. And JEI doesn't want to work for me, so I can't even look anything up that way.
Let me help you. 4 string in the top right corner and then 1 in the bottom left. Gamers all over the world do the Yoda thing after game companies act. Alright, let's see. I need to finish the floor in that one section.
Okay, so I had to craft a lead for it to be able to show up.
To be fair, Will changed the recipes, which might be why it was broken.
I had to craft it, and then it goes, oh, you have a new crafting recipe.
Bruh.
Like, how am I supposed to know how to do it if I don't have a crafting recipe and I don't want to...
Yeah.
That might have
It's a bit weird.
been... Well, that might have been, before you changed it, maybe?
Alright, let's see. I think I'm gonna block off the area where the bees are with some trapdoors. That way they're not getting into the factory and therefore, yeah. Huh, these aren't loading for some reason.
You know, every time that I click on something in JEI to like try and figure out what it is, left click or right click, I don't get anything.
Huh.
I might have to remove JEI and put it back in.
Probably. I know right clicking shows you what you can craft with it. Left clicking shows you how it's crafted. How do you craft a
and
metro?
And clicking it gets nothing at all. Oh yeah, with your bee place, I recommend having flowers in there already. Like
yeah, that's what I've done.
Yeah.
It's overdue by the cookie jar ground. You know what? I'll just use oak trapdoors because they're cheap, and I've got a bunch of oak. U-key and R-key for recipes? Well, because I use a mouse to do a lot of my moving around my screen, I don't really default to that, but...
Really? R? That's what fucking works? Thank you, Kanton. What the fuck?
For me, that just reloads my shaders.
Yeah. No, I specifically was on the JEI screen and hovered over it and then hit R. And it brought up the crafting recipe for a lead. Imagine.
Huh. I wonder.
Okay.
Nope.
I have to go feed the dogs. I'll be right back.
Portable refresher. Exactly! Alright, this should almost be enough. I need 2 more. Yup, that's fair. make one more set. Right. Need to make 4 more. Gonna get some stone bricks. The music stopped. There we go. Perfect. There's a fly in my room. Honestly, thought it was obvious for the keybinds. I mean, I guess it is. R for recipe. And I guess U for use? Alright, no bees, no bees. Right, I might have accidentally killed off all my bees when I changed out the hives. How could you kill those? They killed themselves! Ugh. I need to get out of my... The diving boots! I almost drowned in my own water tank because of my diving boots. I can't believe you! Right. Slime boots. I was wearing my dive boots, and those just dragged me to the bottom immediately. Alright, so I need new bees. I killed all of my bees. I had hoped at least the baby bee I was feeding would survive, but it appears to have disappeared and never returned.
Never?
Never.
Maybe it grew up and you didn't notice?
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is there's no grown-up bees either.
There's just no bees.
Yep, I just changed out the hives, and all my bees just died on me.
You might need some bee loons.
See, there's no blue over here. Let's toss a cornflower thereabouts. I'm literally making sure not a single patch of grass is unflowered in this bee area. My mother is dying apparently, as in she's coughing. Understandable.
Mood.
God, what a mood.
I laughed really hard on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
and seem to have gotten a cough from it.
Yep. I get the hiccups if I laugh too hard. World's most intense flower picking music from my Infinity Nikki OST. Death upon my mother for her comments on saying, yeah, that's fair. Death. Also, apparently, since I've got family coming to visit, they were like, yeah, so they rented out this, cabin. You guys are gonna go there with them, right? And I'm like, do we know what dates? And it's like, yeah, I'll send you the reservation. I checked the reservation they sent me. There are no dates noted. So I don't know if I'm gonna miss a stream day or not. They just said, yeah, we'll send you the reservation details. It's literally just the name of the place, not the dates.
Yeah, no, I would, reply and be like, hey, I need the exact information that you guys are using on your calendar. Because I need to know stuff. Because I have stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. I gotta know what days I gotta make videos for. Sure, I'm doing this YouTube stuff for fun, but I mean, y'all do watch me, so I don't want to leave y'all with nothing. Especially because whenever members of my family visit here, they have to sleep in the one guest room, which is technically not even a guest room because it doesn't have a door. And it shares a wall with the living room. Not even a wall, literally just an open space that I've decorated with vines to at least give some semblance of privacy. Xbox adding.
Yeah, this house. Oh.
Just reading comments.
Yeah. But the way you describe your house is like the very definition of all the Reddit posts that are like, so I took my son's door away because
Yeah. Cause
he did something very tiny. Yeah.
Cause the thing is, this house used to have a guest room. They just instead of adding the staircase to connect to both floors, in a logical area, they removed an entire guest room in order to turn that into the staircase.
That's dumb as hell.
Because my family is addicted to giant sweeping spiral staircases. And honestly, I think when they were designing the renovation to quote-unquote turn the this floor into my space, they were thinking more turning it into their own retirement space if need be.
Yep.
You know that pink. Yep. Damn. Except they're like, yeah, no, this is gonna be your place. Learn to be an adult. And everything in it is their old antique furniture.
The old shit they don't want.
Yeah, well, not all the old... It's shit they want. They want me to keep all of it. But they're like, no, they're like, it's your space. But also, don't get rid of the paintings. That if one of those paintings is up, the other two have to be as well. You can't redecorate or this one specific room or I'm gonna get mad. Oh yeah, and the guest room, the bed is really, 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 really old, as is the mattress. It's high up, and it's small. So, like, think of the world's most uncomfortable B&B bed. And that's it. And they're like, yeah, no, we'll make our guests stay upstairs. And it's like when you got a futon for 2 futons downstairs that are much more comfortable and new. I get that we're keeping this fancy piece of furniture in there because it's like family history, but geez. If it's not gonna be genuinely usable, what's the point?
Also, like, our guests. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know that they were gonna have her stay here until they were like, yeah, no, the travel plans have already been prepared. She'll be coming at the end of the next 2 months. And I'm like, what? You couldn't just get her a hotel room?
yeah, it's like, thank you for discussing with the person who kind of runs this household in your absence. Like, if it were me, I would bring up that you are an adult. And that you need things to be brought up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be treated like a child when you ask for such things because this affects your life too.
Yep.
And that you can't be expected to keep every little thing just because they didn't want to take it home with them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, like, we've got... Like, I moved a giant vase out from behind the couch. It's a family antique they've had for years, and I personally do love it. But they put it beside the couch, sort of behind it, where you can't really see it. And I'm just like, you're leaving me with pretty antique things that are often very heavy and hard to move, and putting them in not the best placements.
Inconvenient placements. Especially if that's, like, if your couch sticks out with one arm to the wall.
Oh, that's
and
the
other arm sticking
thing,
out, like,
is so, the back of the couch is against the gap where the quote-unquote guest room is. Because it used to be one giant living room. So the back of the couch marks the delineation. The left side had just enough space between the couch and the wall for the vase and a table.
we need the feng shui guy.
We need the feng shui guy! And there's a little table in the corner there next to the couch on the other side, on the right-hand side, that pokes out a quarter into the door frame.
Feng shui guy, please help.
I know, every time I look at this house and think about reorganizing it,
Jupe's grandparents.
I'm like, please, I need the feng shui guy! I desperately need the feng shui guy! So, iron sheet, barrel iron sheet. I need 5, 10, 15. 15 times 6. But yeah, no, I just need the feng shui guy to roast my grandparents, roast their horrible decorating decisions. Cause like, man, it's just like, yeah, no, we're teaching you independence. Hey, why isn't the place perfectly well kept? This is clearly a moral failing.
This is not a dollhouse, this is a people house.
Exactly. They're like, why is there stuff on the table? Why isn't that stored away in a drawer? 'Cause it's a house. It's a house that's actively being lived in.
And we got other stuff in the drawer.
Mm-hmm. Like, so one of the things that I had put in one of the closets at one point was a bunch of the antique paintings. Oh boy, they were not happy to see that the antique paintings were in a closet. Even though I had carefully laid them out so they wouldn't be bumping against each other. And, like, these are, like, I'm not sure how expensive the paintings are. Like, they're pretty nice, but, like, in my space? In my space? And then it's like,
Did you
oh
look
no.
them up?
No, they're not, like, actual, like, $1,000 paintings as far as I know. Like, my family has had these for years, type deal. Like, one hanging in the living room. Some of them were painted by members of the family. Hence why they're so important to them.
Sentimental value is great. But if there's others that look like they might be a little too fancy for your family member to have painted, you could look it up. See if it is like an actual painting. Because, like, who knows? Maybe they might want to take it back once they find out it's worth $5,000.
But you know, it's just like, they put it all there, and it's like, yeah, no, you gotta take care of all this fancy old stuff that we've left with you. So it's just a bit frustrating.
I have 2 relatively recent Reddit stories that have just been circulating in my mind
Yeah?
right now. One of them is this girl snapping at her boyfriend for using the wrong scissors.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, no, my family's done that to me for, like, using the antique sewing scissors on paper. Which I can understand now. But as a kid...
Yeah, so this girl starts out by explaining that her mom came up with the idea of scissor homes. And labeling every marker with, like, a colored label, or, like, a ribbon, and then having a cup with, like, that same color in a certain spot in, like, several places around the house. So you knew that when the red scissors were being used, they needed to go back in the red cup, which was in the hall cabinet or something.
I do like that, though. I like the idea of having things labeled so you know their place, because I have, like, 5 pairs of scissors, and I constantly forget what room they should be in.
Yeah, and, like, it's because the mom got frustrated with losing the scissors, especially with all the kids around. She's got a couple siblings, I think. And so she says that she did this at her apartment. And, like, her boyfriend was over, helping break down a bunch of cardboard boxes. And, well, she's making dinner. He's gonna break down the boxes. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna go break down some of the cardboard boxes. And she's like, okay. And then he leaves. Dinner is ready, so she goes and gets him. from her bedroom and sees a horrific sight. He's using her nice fabric scissors
Oh no.
on the cardboard, and she starts freaking out at him
No.
because those scissors cost at least $50. Like, they're
Yeah.
not cheap. They are only supposed to cut fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows this because he's seen her craft it.
To be fair,
And
I'm saying this to play devil's advocate. I do not like what he did, but to be fair, a lot of people just see like you using scissors for crafts and go, "Oh, those are scissors for crafts," and might not understand the importance.
no, she's explained it.
Oh, she explained it. Oh.
Yeah. She's like, you walked by the box cutter on the counter, and at least 3 pairs of scissors on
And
the
he
way
walks
into
by
my
a
room.
box cutter. The thing literally
Yeah.
meant for cutting boxes.
And the worst thing is, like, she sews. She does other crafts. She has everything nice in like a cupboard cabinet thing. Her storage container thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees that it has been opened. And he didn't close it, but also she knows it's been opened because her fabric scissors were put away.
Oh no.
So he had to open the cabinet, open her sewing stuff, open the thing that the scissors were in, and take the cover off the scissors.
Eesh!
And he goes, well, I haven't seen you use them in a while.
Buddy! Oh, I'm shaking my head at this man.
And they were getting into an argument, and she kicked him out because she doesn't like arguments. Kat doesn't like arguments, and he's a mess after intense situations. And also, it would be best for neighbors to not think that there was like an actual dispute there. And so, like, he's just like, it's just scissors, and he's refusing to
Motherfucker.
replace them or at least get them resharpened. Nothing. Walked by at least 4 different cutting implements on his way over there. Like, she didn't even need him to be in her room.
And he just went right for the fabric scissors.
Yeah. My thought is that he was looking for stuff. Either dirt on her or stuff he could take and sell. And he just happened to find the scissors and be like, huh, okay, yeah. I'll take these. Yeah.
Just damn.
And then, story number 2. This person was gifted 3 paintings by a friend.
Mm-hmm.
The friend thought they were totally ugly, but OP liked them. So they put them up on their living room wall. Like, got a new couch to match the paintings. Yeah. And, like...
Let me guess, they
redecorated
turned out to
because
be
of that.
worth it, and the friend asked for them back?
Well, you see, 2 friends came over. The friend that gave the painting, and another friend that the other guy hadn't met before. And, that other guy had also, coincidentally, gifted stuff to OP. And this guy, like, takes a picture of the painting and, like, image searches it, and finds out that they're worth like $3,000 altogether.
And demands them
He
back?
liked them and wanted some for his house. Yeah, wanted them back. Yeah, the other guy wanted them back, and then this guy who looked up the pictures, was like, oh, yeah, I might as well see what the value of the thing that I gave you 2 years ago is. and was also demanding that thing back.
Buddy. Oh,
And
I fell into my basement.
oh no. So painting guy was pretty upset that OP didn't want to give him the paintings. And then the object guy was just like, yeah, give me my things back. I gave them to you, but like, now I know they're worth something. I want them back. It's like, no, that's not what
That's
gifts
not how it works,
are.
buddy.
You didn't lend them to me. You gave them to me because you didn't want them anymore. You only want them because you think they're valuable now. And so they're like bugging OP about it. And like getting together and like planning stuff. And then OP's sister is like, hey, just to be sure, get those paintings evaluated. So they take the painting to an art evaluator. And like all three of them. And it turns out they're worth nothing.
Ha!
The name on the back of the paintings is a relative of painting guy, who apparently painted them in the style of the artist that Google had said the paintings were from. Yeah.
I know we had a family
And-
member who made like a really good recreation of like, I don't know, but like it was a like an almost magazine style painting, but since it like was made to copy a cover of a magazine, like they couldn't make money on it.
Yeah.
So it just sort of sat in the basement for years.
And the kicker? The paintings were painted for painting guy!
Oh my
Like,
god.
that was a gift for him!
and he just
so
went, nah.
OP tells this guy, hey, your paintings were painted by your relative. They're worth nothing. He's like, okay, I don't want them anymore.
Just went, oh, they're actually
But-
worthless? Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, he's like, well, now I have a couple ex-friends or acquaintances. And they did give back the stuff that the other guy, the object guy, wanted back, just to get him off his back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yeah, sometimes it's a lot better than causing a war over
Mm-hmm.
did you or did you not give this to me? Like, it would go to, like, small claims court at best.
Mm-hmm.
Also, OP gave painting guy their $2,000 couch when they got the new
Ooh.
one to match the paintings. So it was like an exchange.
Yeah, so man was like, I want it back. And it's like, but I gave you my couch. That was really expensive. And it's like yeah, but I want the paintings now. Give.
That's like looking up something you gave to Goodwill.
Realizing
When
it's
you
expensive and
recognize
demanding
it
they
in
return
somebody
it.
else's cart,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they're at the checkout, when they're past the checkout, like walking out, you're like, hey, wait, that's mine. That used to
Yeah.
be mine. It's valuable. I want it back.
And it's like, but you gave
Like,
it
bruh.
up. Yes, and I don't care. Okay, I need another barrel. Okay, that's 5 to finish this one, and then I need 18 more.
I was thinking, this one possibly AI story,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of the AI voice channels do. And then I was just thinking about a post that I saw in like a funny AI memes
Mm-hmm.
thing, like memeing on AI, not
Yeah.
the memes made by them. And one of them was like, yeah, I was talking to Grok AI, and I said that when I died I wanted to whatever.
Mhm.
And Grok just responded with, Grok has noted your preferences. It's like,
I'm on a
please remember Asimov's laws of robotics, please.
but, you know, I'm on a server with a bunch of people who are like, oh my god, I can't find people to write with, so I've been writing with this one AI thing, and I'm like, oh my god, please stop feeding the AI.
I hate those people.
Yes, Will? There's another door. Ah. Thank you for informing me. I've been running around like a headless chicken.
Yeah, no, Will's been busy while we weren't on.
I never saw that because that's new. Anyway. Let
They
me
post
just.
about it in the server, but yeah.
But yeah, no, like, every time I see people going like, oh, but I use AI. No. No. Stop feeding it your information. No. I don't care. Find someone who's willing to write.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Though to be fair, that
I
whole
know
server is
people-
like constantly talking about controversies and getting mad about things, so I can understand being cautious about wanting to interact with a lot of them.
yeah, there were a couple people in a server I'm on, keyword, were, who would, like, use AI and, like, post about it in the server. Yeah. Generative AI, bad. The AIs that actually help you with doing the tasks that they are supposed to be doing, that's fine. It's not creating stuff. It has lists of programs, lists and programs to take this function that you put in to find what's best. And all that. But yeah, no. They were talking to like one of them was like, yeah, I got kind of lonely, and I was just talking to like CAI, character AI of a YouTuber we watch. I was like, have you read the rules of the server lately? They say don't discuss that.
Yeah, but a lot of these people are just using it, and I'm like, I know you're children, and you don't understand, but please stop talking to the AI. There's even been people who are like, I was talking to an AI, and it started talking about, like, information that only I should know. And I'm like, yeah, because you told the AI can look shit up. You've told it enough about you to look shit up.
If you've posted about it on social media, they can look that up easy.
And even if you haven't, they can figure it out using algorithm stuff and, like...
Things you've already told it.
And things that you might not have told it, but that the internet has figured out about you.
Yeah. Like there was another one where I had to go, hey, isn't this thing AI? Because they were using Stable Diffusion. Back when it was first being rolled out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes, well, AI user gets surprised when AI starts telling a user their IP address, phone number, social security number, credit card number after AI user tells AI personal info.
And they're like, but how could AI do that? It's AI!
It does not have the morals that you do. They were like, yeah, here's a mood board of all... So this person, who's using Stable Diffusion, like, here's a mood board of, like, my Minecraft headcanons.
Oh, girly pop.
Which is, like, how, like, certain armors look and what certain things would be.
Pick
like,
up
yeah,
a pencil! Pick up a pencil! Draw a shitty little sketch yourself!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're like, I couldn't find any pictures that, like, would do the image in my head justice. Yeah. And
BRB
so
pixelating. Okay.
I use Stable Diffusion to make these two. And I'm like, hey, that's a generative AI. Is it not? They're like, yeah, so whatever. I'm like, yeah, no, that's against the terms of the server.
Kanton
And
said a
then-
true thing. AI has my information? Shocked Pikachu meme.
Yes. And I'm like, well, using, or like at least talking about using AI in any positive light is against the rules of the server here.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well,
Well, I don't
it's
think
only,
it should
like,
be.
my opinion. Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And yada yada. I was telling my friend Z about this, and so I kind of had to like write it down. And it's like I could pull it up later if I wanted to. But like, I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm not trying to be a mod here. But
I'm just saying, it's literally against
I'm just
the rules.
saying.
I am warning you
That's
before a
against
mod
the
comes
rules.
and bitch slaps you out with the ban hammer.
Yeah. And they're like, well, the mods can do what they gotta do.
All right.
The mods can delete it. It wasn't, okay, I'm going to delete it. The mods can delete it if they have to.
Ugh.
And then,
If someone who's not even a mod on a server just tells me, hey, I think that might be against the rules, and I'll just be like, oh shit, I didn't know. Let me fix that.
yeah.
Like, I think there's a certain level of decorum and manners that I think people should probably learn before they are online in online spaces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Internet etiquette should be taught.
But
I
it
don't
never
think it
is. Yep.
But yeah, yeah, this person would just like treat this server it's specifically for fans of an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that the artist can talk to their fans because their tumblers keep getting
Mhm.
reported for certain stuff.
Yep.
And
As is bound to happen.
yeah. And so, like, I'm like, hey, but please be respectful. I'm gonna go to bed, but at mod,
Mm-hmm.
take a look. Say mod like 10 minutes later. Yeah, no, you need to take those down. We are very clear on the AI usage. This is a warning. And after like one more incident, like the next day of, of this person being just like a shitty person, there was a message in the general chat that was like, hey, so in case you guys notice that so-and-so's not here,
There's a
let's
really
just say
good
that
reason.
there were some things that we didn't agree on, and some of their behaviors made people uncomfortable, and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, cool, thanks. And then like people started talking about other things about that person that made them uncomfortable, and it's like, okay, let's stop bashing them. But yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah. It's really funny though, hearing the AI stories on YouTube that are clearly AI.
Mm-hmm. Where it
'Cause
like
it'll put,
literally
random
messes up,
symbols in it.
or it'll mess up like logical things like like, oh, they'll like change a detail of the story halfway through, and it's just like,
Or randomly going from she to he,
yup.
or changing names in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one that I was listening to this morning
Mm-hmm.
that was like a surrogate mother. Well, no, a mother whose the sister donated her egg, and the sister's husband donated his sperm so that she could have a baby of her own, technically,
Mm-hmm.
being related close enough by blood. Also just having the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, 15 minutes after the baby is born, the sister comes up and just takes the baby and is like, yeah, I changed my mind. It's like, but you said I could keep this baby. Well, yeah, but I want it. Give it to me, you're not its legal mother anyway. And everyone in the comments is like, hey, birth giver is the legal mother unless there was a contract saying that she was just a surrogate, but the sister said that she didn't want kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it got into this whole mess, which honestly I could see, of like OP being treated like shit,
Mm-hmm.
and the sister being like praised for being super mommy, and OMG, you bounced back so fast after giving birth.
Oof.
Yeah. And like had parties for her, not acknowledging that the sister gave birth. And so like the OP was like, I wanted to say something for like a year, but then like people could, like, I didn't think anyone would believe me. Turns out people would believe her because the sister wasn't a good parent. Is always passing off the baby and, oh my gosh, he's so much calmer when you're around, but never. Yeah, because I carried him for 9 months. What do you mean? And all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I got an nautilus shell.
Ooh.
There was a lot of, actually you don't get to see him. It's like, but that's my baby. You said it was my baby until like the last second. It's like, you have no legal ground because you're not biologically related.
Ha!
And yeah, in the comments everyone's like, that's not how that works, this is clearly AI. And like, the mental lawyer, yeah, no, you can't get custody because you're not the biological mother. That's not how this works. Clearly AI.
Yep.
But it had a good ending. OP's sister, apparently faked her pregnancy with like pregnancy bellies.
Damn girl.
And wanted the like glam of being a mom
Without
but
the
didn't want
actual
all the
work.
hard work.
Yeah.
And like, he said that she had been very gung-ho about being a mom and had worn pregnancy bellies like the entire time to make him think that she was pregnant. And I'm like, buddy, that is your wife. How do you not notice?
Mm-hmm. Because it's AI.
Unless you've got like vastly different schedules.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Like,
very
buddy.
very unlikely if she's like, if he's noting her excitement.
Like, it's like, yeah, I noticed though. Yeah, the kid is happier when you're around. And she doesn't seem to be so excited about being a mom anymore. And, like...
She wanted the
like, yeah.
attention of it.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. She told me that I could keep the baby. So that's what I went 9 months thinking. And then, like, immediately after birth, she just takes him from me. and doesn't let me see him. He's like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yep.
And so he has a conversation with his wife, who, like, kind of doubles down on the whole, well, no. I said that I was gonna let her carry our baby. And she'd been very careful to not get anything in writing. And the cousins and friends had, like, screenshots of her going, haha, yeah, I tricked my sister into having my baby so that I wouldn't have to be pregnant, and I made sure to not get it in writing so she couldn't do anything. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not something regular people would do.
Yep. Though, to be fair, a lot of people in Reddit stories are either lying or are insane. Even if it's not AI.
Yeah. Very insane. Like, there was one about a dad, like, losing a custody battle because the ex-wife was, like, pinning things on him that he never did, or, like, framing things to make it so he looked like he was aggressive. But, like, the thing is, AI can't do updates.
Yep.
And so, it's all usually just one long story.
Yep.
And so, like, the story was like, yeah, so eventually I became what my ex-wife wanted me to become, and was saying I was. And we were just very broken, and we got 50-50 custody. And the court said that neither of us are really good for our kid, but there's nowhere else for him to go, so 50-50 custody it is, and mandatory counseling for everybody, and parenting classes. Like, yeah,
Not good for the kids, and yet they're going straight for, letting them keep the kids? That doesn't sound very, foster system to me.
Yeah, it was like, so the mom and dad would have had 50-50 custody, 1 week moms, 1 week dads, or whatever. But, like, it's like parental alienation and all the key buzzwords.
Oh, yep, of course.
And then I documented every this, every this, and every this, and every this, and then I showed it in court, because that's definitely how court proceedings work. I played Ace Attorney. I know how things work. Yeah,
that reminds me, I saw one that was supposed to be a father and son having, like, a, who can stay awake longer competition, because the son had been harassing the father about falling asleep, and they had the father use the word gooning, which is how I knew immediately it was fake.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, so this one's not AI, but this was an ad I saw. Like, I was watching YouTube at 3 a.m., you know, usual YouTuber shit, and, I get an ad for, like, some bootleg tower defense game, and a guy was, like, saying, oh no, it's almost nighttime, and the Rizzlers brought the Red Gooner group to edge me. And I just sort of sat there, staring at my screen for a good minute, wondering if I literally heard what I thought I heard. And to my horror, I did hear what I heard. I love...
Yeah,
yep.
Kanton, this is my attorney's badge. It proves that I'm a lawyer.
It proves I'm a lawyer.
Thank you. Where are you right now?
Currently making chocolate in my factory.
Okay.
Because I gotta fill up the, chocolate dispenser, because I'm obviously not filling the honey one anytime soon.
Could you?
Hello.
This is my attorney's badge.
I know you put the pufferfish in the chocolate. Oh, no.
Well, poison chocolate, everybody.
Poison chocolate, everybody. I'm saying the particles are yellow. We're like this because we are. We are do 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 do
Cocoa
do
beans,
do
sugar,
do do
pufferfish.
do. Hold on. I need to climb up onto the. There we go. Now I put that in there, that in there.
You can see the eye like
Yeah.
floating around.
Here's some pufferfish flavored chocolate. Yeah, it's chocolate. Oh, did you add anything to it? Fugu.
Poison.
What's fugu? You ever heard of pufferfish?
It's like no. We should. Nah, you're not my favorite. So we're just gonna let you die.
Yeah, enjoy. Enjoy the pufferfish flavored chocolate.
That may or may not kill you in like 2 hours.
I'll be able to get it out once I'm done, mixing. Because it's currently full of cocoa beans.
I just meant for you to pick it up, but maybe.
Because look at these massive tanks. I want them full to the brim. Because the benefits are I can, ice my cakes instantly.
Yeah, I think it'll be difficult to get pufferfish particles out of the fluid container without getting all of the chocolate out as well.
Well, poison chocolate! Who wants some poison chocolate? Who wants the experience of being a dog eating chocolate for the first time? Well, just go insane. Exactly.
Following me.
That reminds me, I've gotta like play haste on stream sometime, so y'all can experience firsthand what I call manic laughter. In which I genuinely lose it.
Okay, I don't think that our
What?
sugarcane farm is doing so hot.
Oh no, I ran over and got some sugar cane from there earlier to make the chocolate. We're good.
Yeah, no, but there's a couple that just won't collect. I think they're out.
Yeah,
They're just barely outside the.
Yeah, just barely
radius.
outside the range, or sometimes it just refuses to count them.
Okay, what is up? Where is there a thing that
The
was
fuck is
before?
up, Kyle? Step the fuck up, Kyle!
What the fuck is up, Kyle? Yeah. What's it up, Kyle?
There is a fly, a particularly large and juicy looking fly that keeps flying around my office space and attempting to smack me in the face.
Yeah. Not to the fly, to Will.
Yeah. Yippee! Well done, Will!
Yeah,
But
sometimes
Jesus
I'll be lying in bed and there's a gnat that just like goes
Yep.
for my phone screen after like a few minutes of it just like flying around and then like landing on it like twice. I just have to like bat my phone screen as fast as I can.
Yep.
Like, ha,
Every once in a
gotcha.
while, I think about that moth that missed my phone and landed in my empty hand that was laying off the edge of my bed. So, like, I had my phone up near my face. My other hand was just laid out, hanging over the edge of the bed, and I feel something land in my hand. I look over. It's a moth.
Oh. Yeah, a few months ago, there was this, like, couple generations of moths, I guess. Because I found several dead moths, like, under my bed, and I'm like, how did you get there? Why? But, I was, like, on my phone, in bed at night, just laying down. I feel something weird, so I, like, scrunch up my neck and, like, swipe at it, and then in the morning, dead moth body comes out of my neck, and I'm like, like, I just, like, sit up, and it falls, and I'm like, what? Ah.
Oh yeah, I've got a cup in my bathroom, like, because occasionally I'll be in there, and, a bug will just show up while I'm, like, in the shower or some shit, so I've got a cup on hand so I can catch them.
Uh-huh.
And, I had forgotten that I had left a bug in one of the cups, and I was reorganizing, and I move the cup, and the bug falls off onto my foot, and I jump.
Oh no. Okay, so there's a book called The Old Man in the Sea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm the oldest of our group, right? I'm currently living on a tree right now, since that's the old man in the tree.
The old man in the tree! Alright. I am getting close to filling the container. Oh yeah, I saw a video recently that was someone talking about how they rigged their VTuber, like with like an actual 3D VTuber like mine, and how they gave the ears physics. And honestly, next big time I update my model, we're getting ear physics. These funky little things are gonna be actual wings, and they're gonna be bouncing around when I move.
Nice.
I just need to figure out how to do it, which is a lot of teaching myself shit.
That's usually how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting that our backpacks have little buttons that will, like, sort and, like, auto, like, fill.
Mm-hmm.
Not, well, add existing items or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I'm pretty sure there's something that can do that with the chests as well.
Hmm.
But, like, I've gone to, like, put stuff in a chest, and I've gone to, like, click a button, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. I also love Conton's Jube is dead, you're next to Love Moth. Fun fact, I trapped that moth in a headphone case that I still haven't opened. The fear and guilt are keeping me from opening it.
Yeah. You see, my sister got really confused when I said that I, like moths, and, am playing a moth collecting game.
Mm-hmm.
Flutter,
Ah,
Starlight.
yes, I love that game.
I would have gotten the butterfly one, but, moths are cooler.
Exactly.
And also prettier, honestly.
Mm-hmm,
And a lot of butterflies are quote-unquote butterflies. As in, they're actually moths.
Yep.
That are just very colorful, but people don't realize.
They're just like,
They're
oh yeah, no, that's a
not
butterfly
butterflies.
because it's so colorful, and it's like you think all moths are dull color? Have you seen the Luna moth? The Atlas moth?
Emperor moths?
Mm-hmm. God, I still remember being a kid and seeing a giant, like, Luna moth at the base of a tree and wanting to go get it, but being on a walk with my family so I couldn't go attempt to pick it up or anything. But, like, to tiny child me, that thing was, like, the size of my torso, and I wanted to pick it up so bad.
Yeah. When my sister found out I was playing a game about collecting moths, she's like, I thought you hated moths, or, like, were afraid of them. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, you'd always freak out when there was one in the house. I'm like, yeah,
That's different!
'cause
It's
moths
in the
are
house!
supposed to be outside. They're supposed to be outside. They freak out when they're in the house, so I freak out because they're freaking out.
Exactly.
And she's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. Also, I thought that the skeeter eaters were gonna eat me. I thought they were like actual vampires. They're mosquito eaters. I don't know what else they would be called. Let me look that up real quick.
We get crane flies, which look like giant mosquitoes sometimes, and those have always freaked me out. I think it's
Yes. Top 3 search. For mosquito eaters, was mosquito eater's real name. Oh my god, this website probably hasn't been updated in a while, which honestly is great because then it wouldn't have been touched by AI. Crane flies.
Yep. Big fucking creatures. Doggo, come up here.
I would freak out when I saw them because I thought they were like vampires and they were gonna eat me too because they were big.
Yeah, they're really big compared to like your average like they look like
Average
large
bug.
mosquitoes. They look like large mosquitoes.
They're mistaken for mosquitoes, but they're way too big. And they like apparently eat mosquitoes. The Google AI overview was like, yeah, so mosquito eaters are also known as mosquito hawks or daddy longlegs. I'm like, no, those are two very different insects.
Those are very different insects. I keep hearing crane wives. Mood.
Honestly, on the topic of crane wives, MCYT has ruined it.
Yeah.
If I had found it before the Curses animatic had been made, I would have been fine.
Oh, the Curses animatic has destroyed my brain chemistry.
Yeah, it's good. Good
It's
artist.
so good.
But also, like, I don't want to listen to any more of their songs because everyone goes, oh, good. And I'm like, you saying that only because of a couple animatics you saw.
It's
So
funny
by,
because
like,
I
really
think
good artists, really good artists, but yeah, like that doesn't make me want to listen to it.
one of the first times I actually heard a Crane Wives song was a Critical Role animatic. Specifically the Mighty Nine. I think it was a Caleb Widogast animatic. It was a sick-ass animatic, though.
I remember the first time that I remember hearing not Owl City, wow. That would have been like when I was like 6. No, not 6. He started making music in 2009. Or at least releasing music in 2009, so not possible. Yeah, when I was little. But no, I remember first time I heard a Coldplay song. Specifically, it was in this hot dog restaurant in Utah after going to visit my aunt and getting a recommendation for where we should go for lunch. We visited her at her work, and then we were going there because she said that they like grilled their hot dogs a special way, like cut them up a little beforehand so that like everything has a good chance to soak in the flavor and stuff. And it was paradise.
Also, GM
No, it was a scientist. The scientist.
Jim says, what the barnacles is the EXP stuff, what the Sam... I don't know.
Oh.
I just unlocked it, but it's kind of cool. Currently, Konton is the top fan. GM, you're currently in 3rd place for, just starting to message.
And there's 6 people in chat. I'm one of them, but...
What? Yep. Apparently YouTube got it a bit ago, but I haven't had it start happening until now. I don't know.
think you've got to have like a certain amount of subscribers.
Not true, and I
or a certain amount of
I
streams.
just reached about
You just hit-
111.
111, make a wish.
Speedrun time, I'm coming for that number 1 spot. Y'all are gonna have to fight for those number 1 spots.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember writing down the lyrics that I could remember of The Scientist on my phone. A slide-out keyboard, touchscreen phone.
Yup.
And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I went home and looked it up. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I asked for the album for Christmas, and my brother-in-law, now ex-brother-in-law, was like, yeah, I have that. I'll just give it to him. And
Don't spam chat is all I'm asking. Yep.
Book. Yeah, do not spam. Just normal conversation stuff.
You might get paid big bucks soon. Donations add when. I don't know. YouTube usually saves that for a certain amount of subs, I believe. And not just like a certain amount of subs, like a certain amount of like, you know, like actually starting to have what they would consider a community. Okay, so bully YouTube into doing it.
Okay,
you know,
so you need, apparently, you need like 1,000 followers or something and a certain amount of watch hours.
Damn. So we need 10 times the current amount of subs.
And 10 times the current amount of videos, so people can rewatch them without having to go through streams.
Just my like bullying is my new specialty. But you know, I remember like every time like about people remembering songs only as belonging to something because of popular things. It's been like every single time I've shown songs I enjoyed that were like from like musicals or like more obscure sources, and people were like, "Oh, that song from TikTok," and I'm like, "Please, no, it's not just a TikTok song. Stop calling it a TikTok song."
I remember hearing Heat Waves on the radio for the first time at work.
God!
Hey, AO3.
Yep. Jude, guess
AO3
what? What
made
is
it really
it?
popular.
What is a GM? Chicken butt. But yeah, no, like, it's why I both love when things I enjoy become popular, but also hate when they become popular, cause, like, yep, because there's always a chance that someone's gonna be like, "Oh, is that from TikTok?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, no." Or it's like, "Oh, is that from Fortnite?"
One of the kids I worked with this year was really into Fortnite. And they just recently did like a concert with a bunch of rappers, like Eminem, Juice WRLD, Ice Spice, Snoop Dogg, and he would ask me what my favorite kind of music is, and I'm like, that's a little bit all over the place. It's like, well, do you like rap? And I'm like, not particularly. It's never been my thing.
Loads of Glock with child-ending intentions.
Yeah. And then, like, he would forget that we had that conversation, like, 2 days later and ask me the same thing. And, he's like, so do you know Juice WRLD? I'm like, no. Do you know Snoop Dogg? And I'm like, I have heard of him. What song do you like of his? And I'm like, I haven't listened to his music. I know his name. I know what he looks like.
And that's it.
I know a little about his character, but that's it. It's like, oh, well, they have Snoop Dogg in Fortnite.
I was sent to a camp that was like all for fashion and clothing design, and because it was in the California, Los Angeles area, like a lot of people were very into celebrities. Everyone always is. And apparently we quote unquote saw Tyler the Creator, and like they were like, "Oh my God, it's Tyler the Creator," and I'm like, "Who? Who's that?" And like I think I had accidentally used the wrong pronouns, and they're like, "Oh my God, you don't know who that is?" And I'm like, I don't do celebrity stuff.
It's like, I don't listen to the kind of music that you do. Fuck, there was this one guy that I worked with when I went to college. And he was like, yeah, I look like some rapper. I don't remember what his name was, but he was one of the popular ones then. But I'm like, I don't know who that is. And he's like, oh. And he looks it up and shows me, and I'm like, yeah, you do kind of look like him. But also, I have no frame of reference for that, so if you just say so-and-so, I have no idea.
Yeah, it literally just sounds like so-and-so to us, because we don't know shit.
Like, come on.
Yeah, no. I may be a streamer and a YouTuber, but I am very out of the loop. Which, funnily enough, is something we were, like literally part of the course was just saying you have to be in the loop with everything popular, which I'm guessing is why everyone was so shocked I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Like, to get current styles, like, unless you're designing specifically, like, vintage stuff or specifically a certain era, like, if you want to design stuff for the new day, you gotta know stuff about the new day.
Yup. Yeah, no, I was just sent to it because they were like, "Oh, it's fashion. You like making clothing and stuff." I did meet the coolest gay guy I think I've ever met there, though. Man,
The one that told you that Chick-fil-A was just chicken.
No, that was a teacher. A counselor who was like, "Yeah, no, I'm gay. That's why I don't get why you're getting on your arms about this." And but the other one was he did drag on the side. He didn't do drag for the big fashion show, but like he showed a picture once. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But for the big end of the year show, he wore a tasseled cowboy like shirt and shorts that he made himself, Yves Saint Laurent stiletto heels, which he walked around in as easily as if they were running shoes. And the outfit he made was a giant tie-dye ball gown. And it was the finisher for the whole show because it was just that skillfully impressive.
Hey, Tube, I've heard of a fashion designer on YouTube who does, like, that exact stuff. I don't know if it's the same guy.
Ayo. I mean, hey, if you find it, show me and I might be able to identify him.
Yeah.
Did I not pull this layer in enough? Oh no, I accidentally didn't. I put it on the wrong layer. I just wasted 5 whole pieces of glass.
Do you have Silk Touch yet?
No.
Man.
Thankfully I made extra because I knew this might be an expensive endeavor.
How do you make it?
Let's see. To get, I think, hold on. It is the weathered iron windows. You need a piece of glass, 3 blocks of weathered iron, which are each made with 1 iron ingot making 2 blocks. So it's basically 1.5 ingots of iron per 2 windows, which you think would make it shatterproof.
But no, it's glass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I require hydration. I will be back.
Hydration check! Yeah, no, I know nothing about actors either. My family is, like, into celebrities. So I often have to, like, learn or deal with it, but it will never make sense to me. I know about the celebrities that I know about, and that's it. And the ones I know about are most often people who've starred in musicals. Water check for you too, Jube. Yep! Get in the water! Alright. Also, I realized the music stopped. Yes, I'm still doing this. Jeez. Let's start with this one. We love musicals in here. Exactly! I recently found the full animatic collection for Epic the Musical. Banger. Not for the faint of heart, but banger. Oh. Who joined?
Me. Just popping in to say that I almost cried at that last song. Also, fuck you. I am now leaving.
It's a good ending, though! I was literally, like, raised on musicals, though. Yeah, we're getting an Iliad musical! But I was literally raised on musicals. So you can understand why I was horrified at the, recent Cats the Musical movie. Because that's one of the big ones I was raised on.
This stream is not free from references to Cats 2019.
Alas. I wish Cats 2019 didn't exist.
I wish they didn't do it in the way they did.
Uh-huh.
I haven't even seen it, and I wish that.
I haven't seen it either. But, like, just seeing pictures of the costumes and how, like, they fucked up doing, like, a character who does ballet. And as someone who was once going to be learning ballet, like, classically, and just dipped out because it was too hard, I respect ballerinas so hard that misportraying them is just, like, a huge no for me. Like, they literally removed the fact that the dancer who was doing her, like, playing the role, not doing her, Jesus, but, like, doing the role, they basically they removed the ballet shoes and had her go on point on shitty CGI toes.
They could have had regular people clothes.
Exactly!
Like cat ears.
Don't,
They could have had,
like,
better suits.
they could have looked at the way people have, like, been dressed for the actual musical as reference, but they didn't! Get Danny. Yeah. If we're talking about Danny Mata, I watched his reactions to all the songs, and honestly, the hubris bell! It tolls! still, one of my favorite, like, one of my favorite lines in Epic the Musical is from God Games. Specifically, Athena, like, struggling to convince Hera and then going, never once has he cheated on his wife. And she's like, yeah, no, that's enough for me. More loyal than 90% of men in, Greek mythology in general.
Especially my husband.
It's like, wow, he's way more loyal than my husband? I can live with that. He's turned down an enchantress who's kept him trapped for, like, a long time? Girl, you should have said that earlier.
He turned down an enchantress, several sirens,
Several
and
sirens, and Calypso.
for 7 years.
Yup.
Like,
And it's implied that Calypso tried every single, like, night. Or every chance she got, to the point that the man is exhausted and ever vigilant. This man is not just never cheated on his wife. This man is pure, like, pure wife lover. Like, he would turn down deities for her. He would crush the world for her, and honestly, when we get to see Penelope, I get it. She's a win. W wife. We don't like Calypso. Yeah, we don't like Calypso. Like, sure, she is essentially a product of being trapped there and being cursed to fall in love with whoever lands there. But girl, that was too much. You gotta back off.
who cursed Calypso?
I forget, but I know there's, like, a historical story that explains that she was... Well, one, she's not trapped on the island alone. She has nymphs and such with her. But she's cursed to, like, fall in love with travelers, I think. But that doesn't
Another man who
excuse
washes
what
up on
she did.
shore?
Yeah. But it doesn't excuse what she did.
Yeah.
It explains it, it does not excuse it. And honestly, I like when things acknowledge, like, that, like, go, yes, this happened, but it's not an excuse. Because so often people will go, oh, well, they explained it, so it's an excuse. I like it when people, like, still restate that, yes, this is part of the lore. It doesn't excuse it. Because I feel like that's something people often forget and gloss over.
Bruh. People in general just going, oh, well, since you're trying to excuse this, it's like, no, I am explaining what happened.
Exactly. It's
I
like,
am not
it's an
making up
explanation,
excuses.
not an excuse.
It is what happened.
Yeah,
what happened
it's because she was a
wasn't okay,
Titan on her
but,
dad's side.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
A
could
lot
see
of
this
Titans
being an
ended up
asshole.
being cursed.
And being the one in control of if he got to leave, yeah, makes
Mhm.
sense.
What I just joined back into? Epic the Musical chat. It's a really good musical. And talking about the complexity of characters.
You know, what I think of when I see like animatics done by different people, but
Mhm.
for like the same song,
Yeah.
is that it would be so fun to see this on stage.
Yes! Most Titans were
And
sent into
see
Tartarus.
what-
Exactly!
Oh, so my niece has been reading all the Percy Jackson books, like all the Rick Riordan books, technically.
Yeah?
And she has a little trouble remembering which character is which.
Understandable.
Like, it's been so long since she's read this book that she's going back to reread this book whilst reading a spin-off book that mentions that character, and so she's getting stuff confused. And I'm like, write down pages, like just one page per character, like their name, and the things you know about them. Information. Make your own little encyclopedia, because sometimes when I don't play a game for like 6 months, and then I pick it back up, I forget, so I have to use a Wikipedia that somebody else made. So make your own little encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And then when they come up in the book and you forget who they are, you can remember. And she's like, oh, I have so many journals. I'm like, yes. And like, she was trying to ask her mom how she could read multiple books at once, and she, like, how do you like read several books at like the same time, but like not get them confused with each other? And my sister's just like, I read different genres.
Yep.
Like, I'll read like historical fiction and then sci-fi, or pick up the historical fiction in the middle of my sci-fi book. But I know they're different enough to not confuse them. And I'm like, okay, so what's the issue here? And then she brings it up and I go, we can fix that by writing things down.
I'm gonna kill horses for leather because, yeah, I need leather. That's the owned horse. Ferret, you own all the horses.
What do you think? They're the guilt horses for a reason. You can kill them, but you'll feel guilty about it, because a death message will come up in chat. If it's named, do not touch it.
Okay. I'm gonna go for, let's see, what is this one's speed? Ooh, that's a better, no, it's got shit jump. I'm like going through their stats.
I'm pretty sure there's one that was like 12, and I'm like, oh, that's fast.
Yeah, I found
And
the
Mills is
12
like 14.
horse. Do you wear glasses? Because I do, and I always have to keep one ear Yup. Well, I do with my headphones. I keep one side off. Are you suddenly Poseidon, the deity of horses? Farron, are you secretly Poseidon? Are you gonna sing Ruthlessness? And tell me how being ruthless is mercy? I found cows! Give me your leather! Ow. Man. Perfect. I needed some to make a new toolbox. Okay, which way is home? Alright, I'm heading in the right direction. Did you see the revolt in chat? You're being replaced! Or get in the water. Get in the water is such a banger. I know your next endeavor should be a glue factory!
Glue factory.
I like that.
Oh, gee, did you see my revelation about Maxwell from Don't Starve?
Yes, I did. Let me just get some
Voices said
lights
his
up.
power would be to wax well.
It would be to wax well. Alright, let's put some lights in here so I don't get mobs and beasties.
Chat for reference. I was watching a Don't Starve Together video on the different characters, the different survivors. And everyone has a W name except for Maxwell. Though technically, that's his stage name. He actually does have a W name. It's William. Which is like the stupidest W name for like the fantasy like a bit that they have. You got a guy named Warley, and you go for William.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
GM asking about chocolate. Well, check it out. I need to
Poison
figure out how
chocolate.
to automate it. It's poison chocolate because Farron accidentally put a pufferfish into it.
Yeah. But I had the realization that Maxwell is the only one that doesn't have a W name. And also, that Mario and Luigi have technically evil counterparts named Wario and Waluigi. So, his evil counterpart would be a lunar dealing, paper shredding, mustachioed man named Waxwell. because Maxwell has the books, like he can use books and sleep, unlike Wanda? No, Wickerbottom. And then he also controls like shadow entities, so he can control lunar entities. But yeah.
Woodrow William
Maxwell
Willie
Maxwell.
Wilson, new name. Let's see. I want to
Don't throw your
simplify.
attorney's badge of a pufferfish into the chocolate conveyor belt. Technically at Jube while they're on the chocolate conveyor belt. Because the conveyor belt will pick it up faster than Jube can.
Yep. Okay, mechanical mixer. There we go. Now I just need... I do feel guilty. Yep.
No. No, Will, your name is fine. Just for the Don't Starve characters.
No, the horse!
Oh, horse? Horse, yeah. Guilt horses are there for a reason. It's because I thought it was funny.
I don't have gears left.
I got a book, finally! Potato Recovery 2! Shit!
Well, congrats on your, potato recovery.
I have been fishing mainly for the last 2 hours.
Oh
It's the first book I've fished up in 2 hours. And it's fucking Potato Recovery 2.
no! Alright, because there's a gear above me. I keep placing a block to tower up and work on my machinery. And then failing. Okay, I need a gearbox, which means... Let's see, to connect that to that, I could put one here. I need to turn it to a vertical one. Perfect! Alright. Also, I gotta say, a lot of the songs in Epic the Musical are bangers. One of my favorites still will be Dangerous. There's nothing funnier than a magical little twink dancing around the main character, telling him that getting home is gonna be dangerous.
As if you didn't already know that.
Yup.
But hey, Jude. Did you know that ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves?
God damn it! Twink? Yeah, Hermes is a twink! Always has been and
In a
always
fur
will
coat,
be.
mostly.
Yeah. Cause his voice actor, when pretending to be Hermes, often wears a fur coat. An
Also, I
extremely
believe
extra fur coat.
I haven't seen the Percy Jackson series, like the TV series, but I do believe that is almost how he dresses in the show as well.
Hilarious.
But-
What makes it worse is that Hermes is related to Odysseus. Yup! That's his, like, great-grandfather, I
Grandpa.
think. Yeah, it's his grandpa.
Thanks, Gramps.
Just,
Uh,
it's gonna be dangerous, my friend.
Couldn't
Are
you
you
just
are you
teleport
are
me
you
back
discoing
there?
at me, Gramps? Are you really discoing at me now? Now of all times in my time of need? You're discoing at me? Why, yes, grandson. What made you think I would do anything different? I was hoping and praying. Oh, silly Odie. Can I put this there, or would that be in the... It would be in the way. God fucking damn it. Hermes is literally the only person who helps. Exactly!
Athena tried.
She tried, but she got tired of, the sassy bastard himself. He's just like, I know what's right. Yes, I'm very stressed out right now and I'm not thinking logically. Fuck you! And she's like, you've burned every bridge now!
We're both burning our bridges. Good luck hopping over the river.
And he's just like, what river?
Sticks.
Ain't no way bro don't know what a twink is. Bro, do you not know what a twink is? Do you genuinely not know what a twink is?
It's a gay stereotype.
Yep, basically very skinny, very effeminate man.
Usually also portrayed as either very sassy or like the most demure person ever.
I like it when they make them sassy.
Yeah, we're not saying twink as in short form for Twinkie. That'd just be silly.
Yeah. I think the thing I like is
Petition
that
to start
my
that
friends
now.
like to think if Odie had anything from Hermes, he'd have more wings or non-human parts than his grandmother. Yeah, ow. Thank you for smacking me, I guess. Literally just on my way to make a second toolbox.
No toolbox for you.
No toolbox. Whoa. Right, we've got a second toolbox, and you know what? Let's dye it light gray.
What are
Perfect.
toolboxes used for?
Storing a bunch of different create mod tools in a more portable way that you can just easily resort them into. It's not as transportable as a backpack, but I find them a lot more useful because you can just hit the Alt key to access the things in there. So many wings. Odie
Stack
is
of
the
swords. What is this? Creative?
Essentially. Fluid pipes, doot-doot-doot. Tossing those in there. I'll keep those on me. Actually, no, I'll toss my back tank and there. Because there's a return items to toolbox option. Makes it really handy for when you've got a bunch of, like, random create mod items in your inventory and you just want to put them all back somewhere. Boom. Instantly. Alright, I need more pipes. That's what twink means. I hear that word thrown around the school. Ha. Odie is the favorite. Yeah. Probably not the complete favorite, but he's one of the favorites. Like, because let's be honest, when you're a deity, you can't really afford to have favorites, but Odie is definitely close to that. I think, Hermes' favorite has to be one of his siblings, quote unquote. Nope. Hermes' favorite is whoever will let him commit the most mischief with them around.
Yep.
Because a lot of people forget he's a trickster god.
Trickster god, god of the mail, god of travelers. Oh my god, mail fraud. That's him.
Yup! That's his favorite crime! How did you know? God of luck, technically. That too. God of travelers, god of mischief, god of messengers.
God of war, now on PC. God of war, now on my PC.
Hermes Hermes is also technically, in a sense, the god of trans people. Ares, how'd you get here? Hermes and Ares. Genuinely some of the funniest, like, short form videos I've seen. It's Hermes' voice actor and Ares' voice actor just dicking around and interacting as if they are their characters. They'll sometimes get the other voice actors in on it. Like, there's a few that are Hermes and Tiresias. It's very funny because it's like the, I see. No, you don't, darling. You don't see.
Oh. My niece told us a dark joke the other day.
Oh?
Yeah. She's like, I have a dark joke. I'm like, okay. And so, it's one where this kid asks, hey dad, what's a dark joke? And he's like, well, you see that kid over there with the something or other disability? And the kid's like, no, I can't see, I'm blind.
No, I can't see, I'm blind.
Like, oh boy. She's getting to that age. Fun.
Alright, then I use... Oh, I accidentally returned all my copper pipes to my toolbox. I refuse to...
Oh no, I accidentally returned a puffer fish to your chocolate factory. By accidentally, I mean on purpose.
What am I meant to do? Need to put...
We just need more poison chocolate in the world.
True! I refuse to look up at that. Buddy, just... I don't know what to tell you. It's always good to know, but knowledge is a curse.
And also, the misuse of knowledge is more prevalent than you would think.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I will say top and bottom are technically misused a lot nowadays from the original definition of what they were supposed to be. I love being Arrow in this moment's mood.
I love being.
Existing!
It's fun, but I don't recommend it.
Mm-hmm. Zero out of 10 would recommend.
Would not recommend.
It's this one that holds those things. I need these. And I need these. Those shouldn't be in there since they're already in the other one. Should probably get more of those. Yippee!
My dog has apparently seen, like, a fly somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is on my floor, searching the last, like, 3 inches of,
Aw.
like, the site. And just, like, going back and forth. Like, occasionally, like, trying to nip at it. And, like, Buddy is probably a gnat. Way too small.
Mm-hmm. She looked at me confused and was like, oh! I fell through the floor. She looked at me confused
That's a
and
weird
was
thing
like...
to say.
and was like, how the fuck do you not know what those mean, and how have you gone this long without knowing? It's the power of being fucking oblivious and not giving a shit.
It's the power of growing up in a very specific way.
Yep. It's the power of growing up sheltered.
Or just straight.
Or straight, yeah. But usually sheltered.
Oh. I heard about this guy decided to put on a straight pride event in Idaho.
No.
It did not go over well. It did
Yeah.
not go over well. He literally goes, "Are there any heterosexuals out there today?" And no answer.
Buddy.
And he's like, "If you all could go home and invite 500 people to show up tomorrow, that would be great."
You're not
Pretty sure
getting
there's,
that
like,
many
less
people,
than 100
buddy.
people. It basically was the super far right pride, I guess. And the one musician that they had, because they live streamed it all, was this ally, this queer ally, who sang a song about a trans person. And people didn't realize until they were like way too into the song to stop.
Yep.
It just overall seemed like a miserable time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, buddy,
You
you're
tried,
welcome at
but...
Pride as long as you're not a bigot.
Exactly. Every time I hear people saying, but like, where's pride for straight people? You get yours.
Not
It's called
Pride.
every month.
That too. Yeah, he also tried declaring June as a hetero Pride month or something.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it was called the Hetero Awesome Fest.
No. Oh, I'm cringing at the name.
Yeah. Oh, I think the person singing the song about trans guy, specifically because on like his like Facebook and like his like website that he made for this thing, kept saying LGB,
Oh, without the
not
T.
LGBT.
Oh, he's one of those LG without the T people. Oh,
Just every red flag in the book.
literally every red flag in the book.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, yeah, so it can be very transparent with our funding and like our money, and people won't, like people doing booths and stuff and vendors won't get paid.
Buddy!
And I'm like, dude, are you expecting this to be a free event? Events cost money, dude. Yeah. But on a slightly different note, there was somebody on Reddit who sells Pokemon cards on eBay and has for a long time. And just for fun, he sends them out in different colored envelopes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got so many colors. And they're at random. And he gets a message from somebody who just bought from him.
Oh boy.
And was like, hey, I don't want pink envelopes.
Oh god, the people who are like, I'm a man, and if you give me something pink, I'm gonna curl up and die.
He doesn't want his neighbors seeing him carry a pink envelope from the mailbox to his house, because they'll think he's gay. And
Just how cringe do you have to be?
so, the seller's just like, they're put in envelopes at random. Like, you can try. And then the guy continues to order from him.
Voices
puts
in
in the
chat just
mandatory
said,
pink
wow,
envelope.
that's insecure. Holy. Yeah, it is.
So insecure. Yeah. And so he sends him his cards. He has like 2 envelopes or something. So 1 different colored envelope and 1 pink envelope on purpose this time.
Woo!
And the guy messages him. And he's like, no pink envelopes. No colors that are on the gay pride flag.
That's
You know
all
what?
the
Only
colors!
red and blue. Only red or blue. Like the American flag. It's like,
Oh
buddy,
my
those are also
fucking
on the pride flag.
Yeah, literally every color you could list are on the pride flag.
And, like, I think he said specifically the gay flag, so, like, just the rainbow. And so, he's like, okay, I will see what I can do. He orders, like, 20 cards, which is way over the limit for 1 envelope, so he has to send multiple again. 1 pink envelope in there. And, OP is telling his girlfriend about it, and, she's like, well, maybe it's because you'd be, like, outing him or something. And he's like, no, this guy seems like the straightest guy there is. It can't be that. And then he talks to his girlfriend later, and she's like, oh, yeah, I honestly wanted to just start something, so that I would have an excuse to leave you for my coworker.
Girl!
It's like, bruh, pink envelope. Dude, I buy things from, like, so many different sellers. Like, I have gotten bright, iridescent pink envelopes, like, bubble mailers.
Yeah.
And, like, I've gotten plain ones. I've gotten, like, they sell envelopes for greeting cards in so many different colors. Does he only want white or black? Apparently.
Apparently.
Or gray.
Or gray.
Or puke green.
Or puke green, yeah.
Judging how he doesn't want any of the colors from the pride flags, he'd most likely not want any black cards either.
Yeah, because black is on some versions of the pride flag, yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then he, like, when that 3rd order went through and the guy got his mail, he sent the seller a picture of him, like, burning a pride flag
Oh
and
my
waving around little American flags, like, at a, like, fire pit. It's like, how angry do you have to be at this stage of photo shoot just to burn a flag? And a pink envelope. And the pink envelope. Like, buddy,
Man has to be...
I don't think you're okay.
Yeah, I don't think anyone who's willing to go that far over an envelope is okay.
I honestly would have just gone, could I hire the photographer? Seems like they did some nice work.
Yeah.
Well, photographer, well, clearly you had a photo shoot. To celebrate burning a pink envelope. It was just like, hey, don't send me pink because I'm not gay. Okay? And then the girlfriend's comments are just like, oh, what?
Like, wow, this guy is really
Male
that
is a male.
insecure?
Your neighbors could care less.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you are actively holding, like, something dangerous or scandalous.
They won't
like,
care.
Out in the open.
They might assume that maybe you ordered something, like, for someone's, like, as a gift or something.
Yeah, but usually, things like that are in more discreet packages.
Mm-hmm.
Not out in the open from your mailbox unless you had to check that it was that thing, which kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
You can wait till you get home.
So 9, 10, 11, 12. Could get 12 more of each and then have a full chest to make chocolate with.
Oh, I got an ink sac.
Ooh. I think my farm might be broken again. Yep. Literally all the cocoa beans above the sensors were picked. Which means that none of them were running.
Oh no.
I don't know why it keeps breaking my farm like that, but it is.
Clearly it's trying to send a message.
What's insecure behavior? Oh, a guy getting so angry about getting his Pokemon cards sent in pink envelopes that he decided to burn a pride flag dramatically in a fire pit and send a video.
No, send a picture. Like, pictures.
Pictures. Like, send beautiful, like, perfect pictures of him burning a pride flag.
And the envelope that he got that was pink.
The farm is just not running. Why aren't you running?
Have you turned it off and turned it back on again?
I could try that.
Yeah, so GM, the guy messaged the eBay seller that he was getting Pokemon cards from, who gave him a pink envelope, because he sends them in multicolored envelopes for fun. And he was like, don't send me pink envelopes, because I don't want to be seen as gay by my neighbors while carrying my mail home. Like...
Insecure behavior.
Insecure as hell.
Wait, this is for Pokemon cards? Yeah!
Yeah, the guy was selling Pokemon cards, and then this buyer is just like, no. Don't do that.
My dad was a 5-year Marine veteran, and he had a shirt that said, I'm straight enough to... Exactly!
Yeah. Like, in elementary school, my friend had a shirt that said, real men wear pink.
Mm-hmm.
And it was,
like
one of
my
favorite
school just...
shirts.
My
his,
school, despite... yeah, no, go ahead, finish your story.
No, just one of my favorite shirts of his, that's it.
Mm-hmm. My school had a pink shirt day, despite us all being girls. Because they were, like, that much like, hey, you need to show the people in your life that fucking pink shirts don't change shit about you.
I am sad that we can't pet dogs in Minecraft.
Alas. I want to pet the pupper. Anyway, I have fixed my cocoa bean farm. Yet again.
Oh, I have to go get all the fish. I put all the fish in the chest boat.
Also, my
My
music keeps
2-year-old
stopping for some reason.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You are not screaming it to us, so I haven't been able to point it out, but yeah.
Oh yeah, let me
It
just,
probably has stopped by now. You
I
don't have
fixed
to,
it.
but yeah.
Well, if y'all want to listen to the same OST I am.
Okay, my brain processed that as O-S-T-A, like I-M, like an acronym for something.
Huh.
I was like, what? Huh. I don't know, that is. No. My 2-year-old niece has started saying uncle with my name.
Aww.
Like, I don't, it started sometime in this last month, I guess, because I started at the beginning of the month. Yeah, yesterday. She just like calling out my name and hiding under the table.
Aw.
And she'd like call out my name, wait for me to look, and then hide.
Absolute cutie patootie behavior!
Yeah. And my nephews were helping me look through my Pokemon on Pokemon Go. Because why wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
One of them's in a Pokemon card club at school. The other one doesn't go to the same school. But their older sister also is in the Pokemon card club.
Green
I
flag
heard
guy
this-
watcher? Yeah, green flag guy!
Yeah. But it's just a Pokemon club technically. They just talk about Pokemon stuff. Movies, the show, games, cards, books, whatever. And I think that's cool. And I got to show my nephew who's more into the cards. Like, he's like, oh, Machamp? I have a card of Machamp. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, cool. You like the cards? Yeah. Okay, awesome. I have an app to show you. And showed him TCG Pocket.
Also, Will said, how can you like Pokemon and be homophobic? There's a surprising amount out there of people like that.
There's people.
Ugh.
Just because we don't interact with them doesn't mean they're not there. Unfortunately.
Ew, people. Disgusting. But yeah, no, I love the green flag guy.
That guy is so good.
He just runs around parks. Woo! For the drill. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Dustin Pointer's so good.
Mm-hmm.
He just keeps getting bigger and bigger flags, too.
Yes! And honestly, that's the best part. The bigger and bigger flags. Yeah, so I watch Mini Minuteman. He does history debunking, like basically looking at Facebook conspiracies and going, here's the truth, here's what's not the truth, here's what, like, people say is the truth, but it's not. To the point that his viewers get called the Google debunkers. A title I wear with pride, honestly. But, he recently found a creationist textbook.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
that
yep.
came up in my recommended.
Honestly, very good video. He even makes a point at the beginning to say this is not making fun of the groups that believe these things. This is simply looking at it from an outside perspective and saying, like, talking about it. And it's honestly a really interesting perspective to look into it. And he handles it well, but his recording space is partway through a renovation, and it also has no AC.
Oh no.
And the secondary camera he got to point at the textbook is not working.
No.
Like the battery kept dying, like a ghost or some shit was going no.
Oh yeah, speaking of YouTubers you watch,
Yep.
Evan and Caitlin.
They worked with Adam
collabed
Savage.
with Adam Savage.
Yeah, I saw that like yesterday and lost my mind about it. They taught him all sorts of resin tricks because that's their big thing. Oh my god, your Marine veteran dad had a shirt that says 20 bucks is 20 bucks.
Yeah. Go
20
Dad.
bucks is 20 bucks.
Okay, my brain was like, okay, my Marine veteran dad. Okay, but what about my space alien dad?
What about space?
And what about
alien
this dad?
Hmm. Well, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of empty slots. Let me lend you a hand, Will. What do we need to move?
Everything.
Stone and ore. Got it. Cobblestone work? Gravel, sand, and flint. Okay. Yeah, there's more buckets in here.
Hey, Jube, your machine is dropping chocolate.
Oh no.
The seed one. Is it supposed to pick it up from underneath or no?
Give me a second. I'm just gonna finish unloading what I just helped Will collect. Hold on, I'm running over. Which one is dropping chocolate?
The cocoa farm.
It
I
shouldn't
just
be.
got 6 beans. 6 cocoa beans.
It shouldn't be dropping them. That might be from when it gets stuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's already happened.
Yeah, I just noticed red dots on the floor, and I'm like, they're on the map.
Do you still have them on hand? I gotta fix the gaps it caused.
Oh, I put them in the hopper that was there.
Ah, it's fine. Couple of them grew in and weren't harvested yet.
Cats have different meows, and it's so weird to me.
Yeah, cats have accents. That's fun.
Yeah. But it was at the same time, and I was like, oh, cat harming.
Oh. I
It's
thought
not
you meant in
weird.
real life, because cats do have accents.
No. Will's cats that are right here by the chests.
I have no person who's like the mom friend or anything. I just have Sip. Honestly, that's so fair. I accidentally came up too short for my big plan. Bruh. It's fine, I can just start filling this up with milk. Which means I need tubes or a fluid hatch. I don't mind doing things
Will.
manually.
You know what this is? This is my attorney's badge. It proves that I'm a lawyer.
Okay, fix that there. Put this in the place of... You know, I'll just move these to this one. Perfect. So I need a fluid hatch. Item drain, copper casing, iron bars. Hi, I'm a lawyer. Yep.
That is our that is the bid for his
That's
attorney.
the bit.
Well, I would not suggest eating it. It will hurt your tummy.
Just throw the badge. Yep. Okay, so for this, I need one of these, which is one of those and one of these, which is one of those and one of these. Man, I love how I remember my crafting recipes. I just go one of those and one of these.
And it suddenly makes sense because you also, like, remember the visuals of it.
Yep. Okay, got some of these, so I'll put that. And I need another one of, not that, this. Perfect. On top, beside. Lovely.
Okay, I was going to try and check if the sugarcane farm was actually doing stuff, but Jupe has taken stuff.
Yeah, sorry, I'm filling
the
up the
chocolate
chocolate factory, yeah.
So I cannot gauge if it's actually working or not. Because I was gonna put it against the number I saw last, but last time there were like at least 2 more of stacks.
No drywall. But drywall! No drywall!
Wet wall.
Wet wall.
You know what? Even better? Wonder wall.
Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna go back to you. Is that what I meant to... Grab this. Not that. God dang it.
Jupe's been making windows.
Yeah, I was making windows and other crafting things like vaults.
I'm where the traders are right now. Where the villagers are. I'm looking at the librarian, and I just briefly mouse over the mending book, but in my head it blends into enchanting, and I'm like, what's the enchanting enchantment? Help.
How do I get this thing to only let out chocolate? Smart fluid, okay.
I like smart water.
Ah, fluid pipe, electron tube, brass sheet.
Hey, you know what would be really funny? If I bred these villagers. Why did they turn to look at each other after I said that?
If I wasn't supposed to eat that. It's not supposed to taste good. Yeah, it's fiberglass. Okay, brass sheet, electron tube, rose quartz, iron sheet. I've got sandpaper somewhere. Oh, where's my sandpaper?
Yeah, the cotton candy in the attic is not good for you.
It's very
It
not
does
good
not
for
taste
you.
like sugar.
There's my
But did
sandpaper.
you know that fiberglass is one of those things that they have to make continuously and can't shut down machines? Or the glass will harden, and you'd have to make entirely new machines.
It's insane, but yeah. Next you're gonna tell me I'm not supposed to smoke mustard gas.
I thought it was gonna
There's
stop
a
at
lot
mustard.
of things that you're not very used to. We need the rose quartz, which is made of a single nether quartz and a bunch of redstone. Okay. Then I poison sheet, which we have some of. That, and I think it's a brass sheet. Okay.
But if you close your
Your eyes.
eyes.
Ew, 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 ew.
They're saying ehu? Like, oh no, in Latin.
What, GM, what we mean is you're not supposed to. Okay, smart fluid pipe. W to ponder.
Oh, you look business person like.
Simply right click. Okay. Means I need one of these. It's not literal poison. It hits you in the throat and just cuts it up real bad.
Because it is cotton candy, but glass.
But glass.
Oh, the mustard gas? Yeah, no, that is literal poison. But the fiberglass also. And the drywall is just not the
Not
healthiest
really
choice
edible.
you could make. It's definitely not the healthiest choice you can make. Should you make that choice? Probably not. You know what I just thought would be fun?
What?
If you could put a torch surrounded by torches, but like they're all branching out of the same torch. So it's like a chandelier of just torch. Or like one of those like agave plants.
Mm-hmm. Okay, alt, return. Then that needs fuel to properly run, but it'll fill that. But first I should fill up the milk tank. Ha ha ha. That's a Pokemon name.
MILF, that's not what I'm called.
Herpes! That's not what I'm called! Right. This I took a bit from, so I should refill it. There we go.
So the dark side wants you to consume poison and toxic things. Good to know, GM.
Very good to know. Should I change my username from Doctor's? Up to you! I still think about I expect you to die an average amount. And based on the games they've released, it's either coming out at the end of this year or next year. Because we haven't gotten advertising for it yet, but it's still summer.
Trailers could be coming out Q4.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I'm honestly
winter.
so excited to see what the next I Expect You to Die game is gonna be. I keep being referenced. I mean, to be fair, villains tend to generally be very fun.
What?
Everyone has called me a villain at least once. Oof.
You do get very into it.
To be fair, it's fun to get into it, so... Okay, that should be almost partially filled to a decent amount. You underestimate my stupidity? What a mood. You all feed the idea of me being a villain? I don't think I've fed it for a while.
I don't.
I only did it playfully once, I think. I don't remember. I got memory issues.
Oh, this is an almost perfect fishing rod. It just needs mending.
Ah.
Because it is literally on its last leg.
Damn.
Look at the C3, lure 3, unbreaking 3.
It's forever a bit. Yup. Once you do it, do not do it ironically, lest you do it ironically. As the Tumblr post goes. I just remember one of my friends apparently had said hello at their family so often that they heard their dad say hello at them once, and they took instant psychic damage. Yes, ironically, the most serious way of doing things.
Or you pretend to be any character from any media named Ron. Do it like them, and then you'll be fine. Just don't do it ironically, because you already are Ron.
Exactly! Right, I think I just need
And then
a
to
little
get
bit.
out of character, you have to do it unironically.
19. How much does that increase it from 119 to 120? Oh, 8 more. I can't my grand. Same! Holy shit! I am shaking your head, Conton. Probably a very
That's
popular
why I
name
said
of the era.
any character from media,
Mm-hmm.
like a show,
Yeah.
or a Dungeons and Dragons, but they're all suburban dads podcast.
My dad wasn't homophobic or abusive, but if I greeted him multiple times with hello, he would beat my ass. Yeah, no, but this is specifically my friend, who had been like, haha, I said hello to my dad as a joke. He said hello back earlier today. How do I cope?
At some point, if you do them often enough, it is no longer a joke.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's what, don't do it ironically, or lest you do it ironically. Why are old people always named Ron? Understandable.
Because name popularity.
Because name popularity, exactly.
Like, I had like 4 Emmas in my school at one time. 3 of them were in my grade.
Yeah, I had 2 Julias in my class. Which got real confusing because they often got the same nicknames I did.
Also, I had 2, when I was in junior high, there were 3 girls named Jamie. 2 of them were in my grade, and the 8th grader, the one who wasn't in my grade, had the same exact name as another Jamie, so they had to differentiate 7th grade, 8th grade, because we
Damn.
were all in the same algebra class, or pre-algebra class.
My grandmother's
I
name
sort
is
of really
Betty.
was Jamie.
Damn.
Probably short for Elizabeth.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law's name is Allie, short for Elizabeth.
Charcoal can
Don't
be
ask.
made. Oh, I need blasting, not...
look at GM's comment. My grandpa's name is Eisenhower, and my brain went like the fruit.
There's a fruit?
No.
Glad to see we're all a little stupid in this chat tonight.
It's the 2 hours of sleep, I swear.
I'm dead. I'm dying. Well.
Did you fall into the machine?
I did fall into the machine while trying to get the wood out.
Well, that one bendy fan song is right. Build us our machine, you die tonight.
I am alive, immortalized. Because I need to put these in bulk blasting, but I only have bulk, smoking.
Get honey roasted. Honey roasted what? I don't know.
Hold on, I gotta check which one this is. Yeah, the carriage top one. Hell yeah.
Thank you, GM, for continuing the song. Two-minute warning.
Alright. Okay, so I need 8. Noted. 1 minute left. In fact, I should do the outro while I wait for my charcoal to smelt. Thank you all for watching tonight's stream. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, that's great. I hope you have a lovely night, and I will hopefully see you in the next stream. Goodbye!
Bye, chat.